the one that comes to mind would be, especially in Southern California with all the faults, would be an earthquake, the big one. Everyone heard about that. At some point, hopefully it won't happen in our lifetime, but there's faults down here in San Clemente would be the closest one. San Diego to Chino is over 200-kilometer fault there. At some point, if any of this would happen, there's a couple of facts that I want to share with you. First of all, fact number one, earthquake, definitely something that we have to pay attention to, and I would highly recommend a couple of things. The phone lines, anytime you want to take out another country, the number one would be to cripple a country would be to take out their communication. So in any earthquake that might happen, probably communication would be the number one thing that's going to go out, the phone lines. A lot of people don't pay too much attention to that, especially that we can't even, our teenagers can't even go to the store without a phone these days. So communication would be the number one. I would encourage you to have one of those conventional phone lines that you can just plug in without a battery-operated one, because the one that's battery-operated will not work in case of an earthquake or a disaster. There's a good chance that the regular phone line would work. That's number one fact. Secondly, that I want to share with you, that if something would have happened, you call 911, let's say you do get a dial tone at some point, no one will come. The reason for that, that's why you see a lot of earthquake kits, 72 hours kits, because the number one priority for fire department and police department to go to the hospitals first. They're not going to come to the public and rescue them. Hospitals are the number one priority. Second priority would be government agencies. The reason for that is if they come to rescue you and they can't get through the roads, roads that are crumpled, or there's no communication to be able to contact anyone, or if they take you to a hospital and the hospital is not there, so it would be just a waste of time. So number one priority would be hospitals and government agencies. Secondly, third would be the public. So that's why I encourage you to be able to get ready to have an emergency kit, and everyone probably will have some kind of an emergency kit put together, and I don't know if any of you do. And you can have it in different aspects and forms, water, food, wine, cheese, crackers, different ways that you guys might. Secondly, have a disaster plan put together, and that would be with your family. It's very simple. Probably the hardest part of putting a disaster plan together would be to be able to get the family together. Get your family together and talk to them about it. Very simple would be, how would you escape your home? Anytime that you would want to, whether you're at home, a movie theater, or a restaurant, a bar, a winery, anytime that you walk into a place, you want to make sure that there's an exit. Anytime a restaurant will have the front entrance, there's always an exit through another door. So always, be aware of your surroundings and try to focus when you walk into a place how to get out in case of something might happen. I would encourage you to share that with your children also. Now, if you're at a winery, you probably wouldn't want to leave, hide in the barrel room. So that would be the first thing to do, is get a disaster plan together, share it with your family. If something would have happened, where would you go? How would you get there? Where would you meet your family? Probably have an outside a phone number, like a out-of-state phone number that everyone can call and to be able to meet each other at some point. The other item that I would share with the family is how to show them how to shut off the electricity, how to shut off the gas line, how to shut off the water in case of an emergency, and if you're not home. That's very, very vital. And if you don't do it, who's going to do it for you? If you don't step up and communicate that with your children, no one's coming out. Your neighbor's not going to come up and say, hey, let's put a disaster plan together. So I would encourage you to do that. Some resources to help you would be something within the community. It's called the CERT program. It's a Community Emergency Response Team. every fire department and police department would put that program, and it's free of charge, 28 hours that you can attend. And they give you CPR classes, they teach you how to triage, they teach you how to evacuate or, a light rescue and search. So I would definitely encourage you to join that program or have some of your teenagers go to it. It teaches them a lot. And lastly, in summary, I hope that you realize the benefits of putting a disaster plan together. It is definitely a survival for your family, and it's 72 hours that you have to get through and get as much training as possible and be able to survive those 72 hours. And then remember, if you don't do it, who's going to do it for you? No one. Thank you.